You got some problems that you wanna solve? Then let's chat. That job getting on your nerves? Then let's chat. Girl, you know I can relate, so let's chat. Cause I'ma tell you what the bottom line is.
I'ma tell you what the bottom line is. I'ma tell you what the bottom line is. I'ma tell you what the bottom.
It's your girl Cece. I'm your hostess with the mostest.
I'ma tell you what the bottom line is.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Cece, and we are back with season 2 of The Bottom Line Is. And I just gotta say, I am so blessed. Season 1 was amazing. We got a lot of feedback from you all, and I definitely took the time off to study that feedback, study the analytics, so that way in this season we can come back bigger and better. And that's just what I intend to do. So as always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and then also be sure to share it. If there's topics as well that you want to see this season, maybe some follow-ups with some people from our first season, just let me know. We can make those things happen. That's not a problem. But let me kind of get into what I call from season 1, setting the stage of where things are from last year. So after I had recorded some episodes of the podcast, I have resigned from my job yet again. I just don't know what it is. And I know one of my friends will tell me all the time, I'm made to be my own boss and all this jazz. But at the same time, I don't know. I keep getting these jobs that just do not appreciate me. And when I say that they don't appreciate me, that doesn't mean that I need accolades or I need to be told you are great or anything like that every day. But when your manager can walk right past your office, not say hello, not say 2 words to you, and you're doing a lot and staying late, I think that can make a difference for sure. So it was starting to take a toll on my body. My stress levels became higher. I noticed that my health, going out of whack. I was missing appointments, and that's just not me. And nor do I want it to continue to be me. So I had to make the hard decision of it's me or them. And I chose me. And I know that's a very hard thing for people to do, is to choose yourself when put in a position just like that. But I mean, somehow, some way, I'm still here. I'm able to produce another episode, and that's just what it is. But during this time off, I kept saying to my friends, I just want to lay around and do nothing, which is very hard for me to do because I'm always getting pulled still in my personal life in many different directions. So I'm sure a lot of people can relate. And if you remember me talking about my life, I'm also a caregiver of 15 years, and I've been doing the industry that I'm in, career path that I'm in, HR, for about 17 years. So both are full-time jobs for me and take up a lot of time. And that doesn't even include my own personal things, my social life and things of that nature. So I was just really burnt out. And I just found myself on the sofa, not wanting to move. The procrastination was real. No motivation, just all of that jazz. And I came to the determination, revelation, I should say, that I had and have functional depression. And that basically is when your body kind of runs on autopilot, if you will, and people around you and even yourself, you don't recognize that something is wrong because you operate as normal. But deep inside, things are just kind of going lower and lower. And it eventually catches up to you in ways such as burnout, like it did me. And it was coming out in my emotions and my reactions to certain things. And again, I just didn't recognize myself. And, the procrastination. So to give you an example, I could just sit in the bed. My pills are on my nightstand, knowing that I need to take my medicine, obviously, so I can always feel good. I just will not move, or things that I have to do and get done. It just was a struggle for me. and it was becoming too much. And I even noticed that type of characteristic showing in my work life, and it was also becoming too much. So I was taking on more things than I needed to at work without getting any help or support. And a person can only, like I said, go that long without that. So far as treatment with that, started therapy again. So that has been going well. In one of these episodes too in this season, you'll also hear from my therapist. We'll have kind of like a live therapy session, if you will. So that's something you should look out for. And then also just taking some medicine to also kind of curve that as well, taking certain vitamins as well to kind of just stimulate my brain. And so, and I'm not saying none of these things are going to help me, bounce off the wall or anything like that, but it also helps me to get to the root of the issue and deal with those things because my caregiving situation is not necessarily going to change. Yes, my work life, I can make a change. My personal life, I can make a change too. So I think it's important to note that when you are overwhelmed with different tasks, that one, you need to prioritize and just kind of figure out what the level of importance is for each item. And when you do that, it can make it a little bit better on how to address certain things and situations. My recommendation, you share in the comments what has worked for you when you feel, overwhelmed. But I mean, even I can get in the car and it's just like autopilot. The car just knows how to get me home, especially if I'm going a similar way for something else. I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I take that turn? Because my body was just in the car, was just going on autopilot, just running, running, running. It's like almost like uh, the hamster on the wheel. You just kind of chasing your tail or something. So yeah, I realized that had to stop, and I had to put my needs, my wants, and aspirations first. And so I started this year out too. One of my friends had a vision board party, and I've never been a person into vision boards. I kind of shy away from it because I feel like my life is so random. What's the point? you know, Dreams deferred, if you will. So I did that, and I put in certain things on there, such as taking better care of myself, doing some self care. Like I have a facial today, things of that nature. I want to open up my own event space, so I'm working on that, and just a lot of other things. And but I had to make sure that I was realistic with myself and not putting things that are not achievable. You know, got the thumbs up. but it and that's very important. And when you do put those things on your vision board, it's important to also note what task you can take to get to achieving those goals. If you don't, I can't remember what the saying is, but basically, you can't have a mission without a task. That might not be the exact saying, but you get what I'm saying. It's very important to do that, and then you feel like you really are moving in the right direction if you can accomplish those small tasks. Doing the podcast, me recording right now, is me achieving a goal, because it was a point where I wasn't sure if I was going to do season two, if I'm quite honest with you all. Not because I didn't love what I do, I just didn't think emotionally I could bring myself back into the person that I once was. And so, again, I'm coming out of that shell slowly but surely, coming out the shell on that. But it takes time, and you have to be patient with yourself. So allow yourself grace. So prioritize your life, your day to day, and allow yourself grace, because sometimes you are going to make mistakes. You are going to, have issues that may come up, and you just kind of got to go with the flow. So, with that being said, I encourage you as we get into season two to share your story. If you're dealing with any type of mental health situations, share it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's not be shy in 2025 with what we have going on, because that's part of the problem. We don't share when we have a need, we don't share when we're drowning underwater. So, in this season, just a little tidbit about what you'll see. we have some continuations from some episodes of season one talking about traumas. We have people from all different walks of life. We're going to be talking about how to deal with lifelong diseases or illnesses that you may have and how to thrive through that. Talking about adulting, talking about friendships. We have a lot of episodes that are coming that I think that everybody can relate to. And that's really the whole premise of the podcast, is to have those relatable conversations where you're catching up with your friends, and you all here that are watching are my friends, and we're catching up and just trying to find out what's going on in all walks of life. So just grab you something to drink and sit back and get ready for season two.